Hi, I'm Gonna4 and welcome to Build a Thing, a Minecraft survival let's play series where in every episode I'm very terrified. Ah! Okay. Oh, no. Oh, man. Okay. Yes! I did it! Yes! That was so much easier than I thought. Okay. My my heart is rushing right now. And I got a lot of wither roses as well. Oh man, the light bugs, the light glitches, the shader glitches. Yes, we did it! Check this out! Yes! Oh, my heart. Okay, we're back. Let's let's craft this beacon, shall we? Man, I was a lot more scared about the wither than I probably should have been. But we finally got a beacon. So hopefully I won't have to dig in a straight line anymore and we can just blast through a whole bunch of stone and get some more stone for our projects here, because I've been spending a lot of time getting cobble. Like it might not look like a lot, but we use so many stacks of cobble like this, and then we need to gather like smooth stone for builds like that. And all the foundations. It's a lot of stone. It's a lot more stone than you might think. So this is gonna help us a great deal. But today, the plan is to fill in all of these areas here and build something right here. So we can finally have this sort of completed valley here almost. I think that's gonna be pretty cool. And what we're gonna do is we are going to build a vineyard, sort of. Let's get rid of that. We're gonna build a wine guy, wine fields, wine grape, I don't know. You know, those rows of bushes, like so. And I think it's gonna look really good on these hills here, and we're gonna have them like going in different directions, looking dynamic and organic and nice. All right, so we've sort of arrived now at the point of this build, or like this area, where we're gonna have to start talking just a bit about lore. This is sort of a Nordic area, I guess, or like it's probably the summer right now, but it's in the winter. It's probably pretty cold here. We got all these pine trees, for example. So it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to have a vineyard, I guess, in this sort of area. But I mean, this is a fantasy world, or like this world can be whatever we want to make it. So I was thinking this could be a special breed of grapes or whatever that could withstand the cold climate, and maybe even like be harvested in the winter and be like a winter wine. Winter wine? Like vineyards, but in pine areas. I don't know. So we're gonna go with that, and I know it's not very well. I know it's not exactly like well thought out right now, but I think it's just a small excuse to do something like this, because I really want to build those stripy field things. So we're going with that. It's winter wine. This is a piney area with snow in the winters, but right now it's the summer and this is a winter wine. I don't know. This works. Okay, this makes sense in our world. So don't worry about that. And for this build here, I've gathered some materials. We're going with a pretty basic palette, or taking some things from all the builds that we've already done. And this is gonna be sort of a larger house, because the person who lives here, the winter wine guy or family, they are probably one of the more wealthy people here. They have all these fields. They can produce wine and sell it. It's a luxury commodity. They're gonna have a bit more of a fancy house up here, anyway. But we can start looking at the palette here, and there's been some requests for more building on camera, but I don't really know how to, because the builds that we do, they're pretty big, like time lapses. Okay, can't a man I feel like the best way to like portray the thing, the sort of builds that we do here in an episode, is time lapses. All right, so I've been doing a lot of mining even before I got the beacon, and I have a lot of silk touched ore blocks. So I thought it would be fun to do a mini time lapse of me just taking this out. So let's do that. All right, so this is what we got. Pretty good haul. That's a lot of lapis. To be honest, that wasn't like one mining session of lapis. That was quite a few. I've been already chopping up the coal and such. But yeah, awesome. Oh no, I don't want to mess with that guy again. I hate those guys. Can they just get out of here? Anyway, we're gonna get building. Let's do that. All right. That looks pretty good. So what I've done here is, well, you saw the time lapse, but I just wanted to note a few things. These are made of oak leaves, right? And spruce fences. And there's, I've been pretty conflicted about it because it sort of blends in. I've been using oak leaves for most stuff here. So it's very oak leafy, but I also feel like none of the other sort of leaf blocks work well as these sort of vines, at least not in my head. And we got a really cool effect here with the biome changing. So this hill used to be a forest. So it used to be a forest biome, or it is a forest biome, but they used to be covered in trees. But I sort of tore them down even before I started recording the first episode, really. So we've got this cool thing now where I didn't account for this, but I thought it was really cool, where it's sort of a gradient because of the biome change. So that leaf over there is a lot like less yellow than these ones, because these are in a plains biome, and those ones are in the forest biome, which it's really cool because it also sort of, not entirely, goes in a gradient up, greener up toward the top of the hill. So here we have some forest leaves, and over here are some more plains leaves. So I think that's gonna be really cool, and I can't wait to. Whoa, those hurt so much. I can't wait to see what it looks like over here, because in this sort of part, the hill is a lot more like in line with how the gradient is gonna be. So here is where it's gonna change to forest leaves. I think that's gonna be really cool. We're gonna finish the other two fields, and then after that, we are gonna get started on the actual house. Right, so let's take a look at where we can add some details here. I was thinking, this space right here in front of this retaining wall, it's gonna be a pretty open space. Let's build a small personal farm there, and I'm thinking potatoes. Let's go with potatoes here. So I want to put a small fence around this. I've been using these stone walls for so much, so I was thinking let's put a wooden fence right there instead. And I think I want to do something pretty simple here. Let's go very simple. Let's build up where we want the farm to be. There we go. That's going to do fine. So this sort of chunk here is going to be a small potato farm. Actually, let's bring this hill out a tiny bit as well here. Nice. So, I want to do something really simple here. I'm going to use trapdoors. It's my go-to thing. But I'm going to use trapdoors and sort of surround it in trapdoors here. Just to make like a very simple barrier. Where the corners are, I'm not going to use trapdoors because we can place like a trapdoor there and a trapdoor there. So I'm going to put some, let's see, let's do something like this here. and then strip that maybe. Yeah, that's fine. And we're gonna keep going here. All right, so we got something like this here. I think that looks pretty good. Nothing wrong with that. All right, so we can. So this sort of strip of grass here looks pretty bad. So we're gonna remove that and turn it into coarse dirt here. And wherever we can, since there are some places where you can't have path blocks. Let's pick that up. Such as right in front of these trapdoors, because they actually take up that space. So we're gonna put path blocks wherever we can, just to make it not too much coarse dirt. And when you do that, you get these sort of things, and you want to remove those and make sure you like put something under there and make it match the thing over. So that looks so much better than that. Now, I haven't filled that, admittedly, but you know, it just makes a whole lot more sense. See here, I've sort of missed that, and I put there's dirt under these slabs here, but in other places like here, I put some wood under, which in my opinion just looks a whole lot more cohesive. This feels pretty good. Next, you need to do this thing, of course. And you don't actually need water sources for things to grow. You just need to plant them, and they'll grow. Admittedly, but they'll grow a lot faster with water sources. So we're going to place some potatoes, and I like to do these diagonal lines. So this one, I'm thinking I'm going to go with a 2-2. So we're going to fill this entire area with potatoes, and we're going to go back. Let's have a 2-block gap in between for this one. So go back to match that one, and it will go there. There we go. And I think I'm going to go with 3 blocks thick here. So this entire sort of area is going to be filled with potatoes. And this sort of strip of grass, I just do coarse dirt in there. I think that looks good. So let's put some coarse dirt in here. There we go. Then we're going to repeat that here. All right, so that's a little potato plantation right there. Next. All right, so we've done some more details here. We added a poop house. We added, a firewood thing. And in doing so, we had to remove 2 of the windows on the sides of the building here. But that's fine. Next, we are, we added a path up here. Whoa, I missed some of these. Let's do like that. Back to access this storage. And I think, I'm not really sure what else to add. I mean, in this general area, we went in here to build the actual workstation where, whoa, we're gonna need some lanterns up. But we added this sort of workstation area where you would carry the buckets of berries and then stomp them and then do stuff with them. And here's some barrels with with the wine in them, because that's how wine works, and that's how I built this. So actually, now that I see it, we can like add a small table here maybe just to fill up the space, and now they have another place to work. Cool. So that's what we got going in here. Next we are gonna, let's see, we're gonna add some trees right here. So I sort of feel like I need to add trees in the spots where I can. Wherever we don't have roads and don't have trees and don't have buildings, roads, fields, and buildings, we can have some trees. And this is an area where I think that might work. Also, because I don't quite like this cliffside here. Uh, it's just not my best work. So we're gonna cover it up with some trees, which I think is gonna be really cool looking. So let's do that for a second. And to do that, we're gonna grab some whatchamacallits, and we're just gonna put a few touches of bone meal on it, and voila! Some trees! We did it! That's looking pretty good. I slightly altered the format for the trees, or like, I didn't build them the exact same way, but I think I'm pretty happy with that. That's looking nice. Man, this world is one of the best things I've ever done in Minecraft, actually. It's turning out so great. But this build is basically done. Or there are a few details here and there still left. I'm gonna have to go in with some like not so tall grass and put some not so tall grass right next to the road and stuff, but it's pretty much done. We don't have an interior yet. Maybe I'll show you a tour of the interior in the next episode, but I've had a lot of on my plate this week and I haven't been able to play a whole lot, so I mean, considering that, I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. There we go. I'm gonna put windows in as well. Shh, don't worry about it. Windows. No, that's the word. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this one. Hope you had a good time watching. I don't know, maybe this video was a bit shorter than usual, but I just have been so busy with work and all that sort of stuff this week. But this is what we've got, and I'm pretty happy with it. Like, it's looking pretty good. And this, like, sort of valley here with just vegetation all around you, fields, and okay, I need to finish this well. It doesn't take a long time. But thank you for watching. Hope you had a great one, and consider subscribing if you're still watching. I would really appreciate that. Have a good one.